Find the quadrilateral described. So we're going to get given different statements and decide what quadrilaterals fit it. So the first one, the diagonals of the quadrilaterals are perpendicular to each other. So in this case, we have these diagonals, they form a perpendicular. Things that fit this are a kite, rhombus, and you might be able to find others than what I list here. I'm just at least putting some down that fit this type. You can look at a list of properties to figure out which type of quadrilaterals fit this outcome. The second one, the diagonals of this quadrilateral are congruent. So in other words, we have some four-sided shape and the diagonals between them are the same length. So this guy is equal to that guy. Well, things that fit this are a rectangle and a square. You see if you can think of any others. When rotated 90 degrees, each diagonal of this quadrilateral gets superimposed on top of each other. That means if we have these two diagonals and we spin it 90, so we spin it a right angle, this guy falls on top of this guy. The type that fits this is a square. The fourth, consecutive angles of the quadrilateral are supplementary, that is, add up to 180. So two angles next to each other add up to 180. Things that fit this are a parallelogram, rectangle, rhombus, all fit this. Consecutive angles of the quadrilateral are congruent. Well, that would be a rectangle and a square because they all have that 90-degree angle that makes them congruent. The diagonals of this quadrilateral are congruent and perpendicular. Well, the type off the top of my head that fits this is a square. See if you can find any others from what I have that fit these categories.